Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. Okay, so there's apparently a little bit of drama on my YouTube. So honestly, I see the good comments and I appreciate it, but I also see what my spouse used to do before when I wasn't around, and the type of commentary that, he would make while I was making this, video series. Actually, this whole entire video series kind of started off with when I had to leave him because of the things that he was doing, which, wasn't what any believer in the planet would do, because if you're a believer at all, you are supposed to hate the unrighteousness and you're supposed to love the righteousness. So anyways, this whole video series was kind of started because I wanted to document that which I was studying, and I needed to put it somewhere, and YouTube just became like a host, for me to put those videos there, like, so I can go back and one day, not write a book, because I'm not supposed to be writing books. The scriptures obviously mention that, in that sense, but for me to kind of compile things together for my own study purposes. But I always had hoped in the 9 months that, because he wasn't being a righteous person, he had already left me that time, the moment that he had, deceived me, and, he was pretending to be somebody who was religious and, believed in the Lord and everything like that. Like, he came into my life and got married to me initially the first time around on 666, like, think about it, at a time when I wasn't even thinking about marriage. I never thought I would get married in my life. Like, I never thought that my Lord would pair me up just, because of a vision that I had seen. And I had told him that too, and I had told him that, I'm not, as per like my vision, I specifically me, I'm not going to have my peer in this world. Everyone has a peer, but I wasn't supposed to have a peer in this world, according to the dream I had seen. And he really pushed it, and he pushed it to the extent where, he was like, no, it's not real, it's not true. And then bam, I evidently believed his words, and, in that sense, and, we got married on 666, which is, don't even ask it. For me, 666 does hold value. Astaghfirullah. To me, it is the number of the beast. There's no other way to say it. I'm sorry. I'm a Muslim, and I'm saying that. I don't care what anyone on the planet says anymore. It's, each to his own. That's just how it is. And anyhow, so we got married, and for those 9 months, whatever, I ended up doing this series, and I was always hoping that whatever I was learning from the Lord through his scriptures, somewhere in my heart, I was just praying that, one day this, the things that I was documenting of the teachings that I was learning would come across his ears, and that he would learn from it too. And this whole series of like 100-something videos that I had crossed was all basically just, a little bit of personal stuff, but, things that I found and things that I was learning and the things that, I wish, he would, know too. And it just became kind of open to anyone willing to really understand the scriptures. And that was that. Anyhow, so that's the personal side to this video series. But you know, I at this point I don't even really care, because it, you know, really holds no value to one who can't seek the truth and the guidance themselves. So this is just a summary of, you know, how this whole documenting the video started off with. But he became a part of that purpose of the series, but he wasn't the ultimate purpose. He was a part of the purpose, but he wasn't the ultimate purpose. The ultimate purpose was for God. It was for me to understand his invitation. And so this video series was ultimately for the Lord, and for me to be able to understand myself, and for me to get to him. So whatever drama, you know, is being, you know, brought on here, you know, from him, like, I'd really like to request you to just, if there's nothing nice that you have to say, lay off. You know, you never had anything nice to really say anyways. You did, you know, at times and parts, but if you can be somebody who's well grounded at all times, just, you know,